Hey fam, my name is Michael and this is The Planet Eye. For those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's episode, we're going to do my 5 faves for the month of February. That's right, 5 of them, plus a couple of honorable mentions, of course. So that being said, let's sit back, chill, and let's make it do what it do. Okay, fam. So first up on my list for this month is going to be the Anthurium luxurians. This bad boy put out this really beautiful leaf this year. I mean, in the month of February. So, and it's actually really starting to shine more. It has another leaf that's coming right here. Again, I think we've talked about this one before. It's very easy to grow, low maintenance, and it's funny because you would think with a name like Anthurium luxurians, it would be challenging, but unlike it, well, at least in my opinion, unlike its philodendron counterpart, this one is a no-brainer. You know, you just make sure you keep it watered, make sure you get an adequate amount of humidity. I usually keep it around 50 to 60% during the winter time, and of course it gets up to between 60 and 70 during the spring/summer. But yeah, it's a great plant. Love it to death. It's actually I have 3 of them, and at some point I'll show you the other 2 that are younger than this one. But it's a great plant, and if you don't have it, I definitely recommend that you get it. All right, so this is the Anthurium luxurians. All right, fam. So next on my list for this month is going to be I'm going to say Anthurium again. It's not an Anthurium this time. It's the Philodendron White Knight. I have the White Knight, I have the White Wizard, and I have the White Princess. This is actually one of my favorites right now because it's starting to give it shine. The variegation for me is perfect because it's not too segmented, sectoral. It has a lot of model lengths to it. This one that's coming out right now is beautiful. At some point in the spring, because I got a lot of spring prep to do, I'm going to put a poll on it so it can really kind of show its presence over the spring/summer. But yeah, he is beautiful. It's white knights can be women too. So he or she is beautiful, and she also has looks like she has an offspring coming here. If you guys can see that. Yeah, she's a stunner. But yeah, this is again, another one that's easy. Keep it in about 50% humidity, about 65 to 70 right now in terms of the temperature, 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, she's a beauty. She is a beauty. Them, and they're a beauty. And yeah, I'm excited to see how this is going to grow in the next over the spring/summer. So this is my White Knight. All right, guys. So for my third one, it's actually 2. I'm going to show both. So it's the same species, same plant, but I'm going to go ahead and show you both of them. One's big, one's small, but again, another one that did a lot in the month of February in terms of growing. The bigger one pushed out its first leaf in my care, which I was really excited about. And then the smaller one has just, since the fall, it's just exploded, and it's done about 2 or 3 leaves since I got it in I think it was about August, September of last year. So first things first is the Monstera Thai constellation. This is my big boy right here. This one is the newest leaf, and it is really starting to size up. One thing I am glad about this one is that they tend to not have to have a lot of support, at least not at this stage of the game. So I'm just letting her do her thing. Yeah, she's beautiful. I love her to death. So the funny thing about this one is that this was my second one. Yeah, and I got this one in September. I believe that this was the first video that I had on this channel. Terrible. You know, I was so nervous at that point, but bottom line, I decided to get her because my first one was growing so slow, and I was just like, man, I can't wait 3 or 4 years for it to get it to a decent size. So I decided to go get her. But let me show you the first one. Okay, guys. All right, so this one is my first Thai constellation that I received. When I first got it, I mean, it was tissue culture, so it was literally about this big, and I was terrified that it was going to be that I was going to kill it. You know, I had never really dealt with this plant before, although, you know, had Monsteras deliciosas before. I've done fairly well with them. This one, I was just like, I don't know. It's like, I heard that it does root rot and all this other stuff, but she's not giving me any problems. At the end of the day, I typically don't, I mean, I don't let them go dry, but I definitely don't water them a lot. I try not to. I basically give them a nice dose of water, and of course fertilizer. And I fertilize when I water them. Nice dose of water. Let them soak it up, and then I just leave it. Well, in the wintertime, I just leave it alone for about 2, maybe 2.5 weeks. In the summertime, I may let it go for about 7 to 10 days before I water it again. And for me, that's worked because it allows me to be able to them to thrive and not necessarily die. And of course, they're in a nice airy aroid mix. So this is number 3 in pairs of 2 for my 5 faves of this month. All right, guys. Okay, so I can't even hide this one. This is number 4 for my 5 faves of this month. This one is my Monstera albo, and she has lost her mind. I got these cuttings. I got my first cutting in like June, July. That failed. It was a mid cutting. It died, and you know, what have you. So then I got another one. This time I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and suck it up and get a top cutting. So I got a top cutting, and it started doing well, and I wanted to make sure I had a full one, so I decided to do one more. The top cutting I got probably in August. The other top cutting I got in September, and they were rootless cuttings, and you can see where she is right now. This is the first one that I got. No, this is the second one I got, and this one is the first one that I got. She's losing her mind, man. I have to put her on another pole, but right now, every time I turn around, like in February alone, she's pushed out 3 leaves, one from the smaller one, and this actually 4 leaves, one from the smaller one, 3 from the top one, and she's just. I'm trying to get it at a point where I don't want to repot her when she has a leaf coming out. But I don't know, I may have to suck it up and do it because I don't want to shock her, but I may have to suck it up and do it because every time I'm like, okay, I'll wait for this one to come out and harden up. And as soon as that one hardens up, another one's been popping up. So, but at some point I need to go ahead and put her on a new pole. Actually, I need to reposition them. I'm going to probably use this pole as the base, and then I'm going to extend the pole from there. But I need to reposition them so that this one is leaning in more on the pole. But look at that mottled variegation. I love it. I mean, I know a lot of people like sectoral variegation, but I love the mottled look. And one I know is I don't have to worry about it, browning as much. But yeah, this is it. And just for you guys to know, where's the new one coming out? Right here. Coming out this is the newest leaf, and it has a new one that's coming out right now. So, okay, so now I'm going to finally say this is the Monstera albo, my Monstera albo. This number 5 for me is one that I love this plant. I mean, it's a common variety, but in terms of it's a common plant, but in terms of this variety, it kind of blows me away. That being said, I started with 3 of them. One being a seedling, and then 2 more mature plants. And then last summer, I was putting them outside on the porch, and so they can optimize their ability to get light and everything else that's wonderful about humidity and everything else that's wonderful about spring and summer. And unfortunately, we had a torrential rainfall for like 3 or 4 days, and it basically killed one of them. So you live and you learn. but I still have two left. One of them's still a baby. The other one, which I hope we'll to see a lot of growth out of this year, and then the other one is more mature form, and that is the Dieffenbachia camouflage. So this is my younger one. I actually have two seedlings in here. I got the seedling from The Great Escape from Etsy. And I had another one. I did it previously and that didn't work. So again, each year you get better and better as you go through your plant journey. Very low maintenance, does not like a lot of water. You know, definitely likes sun, but not too much, because even though it's more variegated, it's still a Dieffenbachia. You know, they will scorch in the sun, and most variegated plants, you put too much sun on them, they can. So I would definitely say partial shade to bright and direct morning light, and you should be good with this one. But this one is a beautiful one, and my other one, hold on, this is my big one. Oh Lord, yeah, she is a nice one. Look at these leaves, man. It's just awesome. And she's actually starting to show signs of life. I think she has like three leaves that are coming down right now. I'm going to put this down because it's heavy. That's my Dieffenbachia camouflage. Beautiful plant. If you ever thought about picking one up, I definitely would. I got the bigger species. Got it off of Etsy. I can't remember the shop. I think that they may be going out of business. I remember seeing something about them selling the shop itself. So I'm not sure, but you just Google or search for Dieffenbachia camouflage. On there you can find seedlings to more mature size ones. And it's a great plant. I can't wait for it to be like, 6 or 7 foot tall, and yeah, that's it. So that concludes my top 5. So of course we're going to have a couple of honorable mentions. Only 2 we're only going to do 2 this time. Okay. So my first honorable mention is the Anthurium chamberlainii. She has definitely turned around, because when I got her from Root Greenhouse, and when she first came, like a lot of imports can do, she took a downturn. I think she was mostly focused on developing her root system, what have you. And then her original leaves all died. And now the new ones are coming in. This is the latest one, which is right here. And then this is the new one that's let me stop touching it. This is the new one's going to come in. As it gets older, the leaves get darker. Like right now, they're like a medium to dark green, but they become almost like, from what I've seen, a darker green/black almost. And it's a beautiful plant. Beautiful plant. I can't wait to see how it sizes up this year. Now it's going to have a full season with me. And I can't say much more about it. The Anthurium chamberlainii. All right, guys. So for my second honorable mention, we have the Anthurium Michelii type. I think you guys may have seen me. May have seen me. I think you guys may have seen me unbox this one. She's definitely doing well. Has a new leaf that's coming out right here. And she's starting to hit her stride. So I'm like, yeah, you're happy. So you happy, I'm happy. I can't wait. Again, this is still more of a juvenile see, a lot of my plants are juveniles right now. So over the next couple of years, as you see, stay with me and we continue to grow as a channel, you'll see these continue to grow into their more mature form and get bigger and better, what have you. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I love, if you can see the veination on the leaves, the shape of the leaves, it has that little curl thing going. Like this one's actually a really good one. Has a little curl thing going on right here. Low maintenance, maybe about 40% right now in humidity. Water about maybe once, twice a week, maybe. Mostly about once a week. And I know that's going to increase as we get into the summer, but yeah, she's beautiful. So this is my other honorable mention, the Anthurium Michelii type. All right, guys, so that's my 5 faves for the month of February. That's a mouthful. My 5 faves for the month of February. And to my 2 honorable mentions, I'll definitely continue to keep you posted as these things grow over the summer. We got a couple of, well, over the spring/summer, got a couple of repots to do, as well as some pole extensions. So I'll take you on that journey as well. And let me know what your favorites were of the ones that you saw today. And if you have them, let me know what your experiences have been with them. If you don't, maybe this is something that you want to add to your wish list. All right, guys, until the next time, happy planting.